If you're in the market for a new smartphone, then Huawei could have the perfect choice for you. Being a leader in 5G technology, Huawei have launched their P40Lite 5G to the SA market, the most affordable 5G-enabled phone on the market. The P40Lite boasts many exciting features, including a 64-megapixel high-resolution main camera, as well as a quad rear camera, which consists of a high-resolution lens, an ultra-wide lens, and a bokeh lens, and of course, the macro lens. We chat all things P40Lite and 5G today with Huawei's Chief Technology Officer, Akram Mohammed, as well as Vodacom's Chief Officer of Consumer Business, George Mendez. Welcome to The Loft, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Palesa. Thanks for having us on the show.
Akram, there's been a lot of noise around 5G at the moment. So tell me, what is 5G and what's the difference between 5G and 4G?
With 3G, we saw the dawn of internet penetration and the adoption of smartphones. 4G just expanded that with video consumption and all those streaming services that we are so used to and love right now. 5G will be that next generation and the next step forward that just helps to get everything connected together and bring up opportunities. So it just broadens the spectrum of what is possible with connectivity and how it can improve lives going forward. 5G is basically shorthand for fifth generation mobile cellular technologies. And it ushers in the age where everything's interconnected.
Akram, Huawei is a leader in technology and one of the first companies ready to roll out with 5G globally. What does this mean for South Africans?
Specifically in the South African context, I think the mistake has been made very often where we isolate 5G as an individual set of technologies and we think about all the hype that's being created around self-driving vehicles and those kind of things. And then you tend to ask yourself the question, is it really worth the investment when we know what an unequal society we live in and the majority may not benefit from that? We got to look at 5G in the context of 5G along with computing, along with cloud and artificial intelligence. And when you do all of this, then you get the opportunity for telemedicine where you can do remote surgery, for virtual consultations. 5G coming to South Africa, and Huawei just released our latest mobile phone, the P40Lite 5G, which is the most affordable 5G product in the country. This means more people can get it much sooner. And once that happens, then you're going to see the real benefit of this technology because the most impoverished in society will have access to these kinds of improvements in technology.
George, with Vodacom being one of the leading networks in South Africa and with the introduction of 5G in the mid-tier devices, how do the two complement each other and how does this benefit the consumer?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's important to note that the partnership has been established over a number of years and you need a good network infrastructure, and obviously to take advantage of that you need spectrum allocation. And then critically important is the device strategy that sits on top of the network layer and the network infrastructure. And I think that's really the purpose of the discussion today, is bringing the affordability of these devices in this particular tier to South Africans at large, on top of a 5G network that we had already launched first in South Africa in May, and bringing all these kind of services that will unlock unbelievable benefits, specifically from a latency perspective. So you can now perform a number of activities that perhaps you couldn't do on a 4G or a 3G kind of network.
We know that South Africa is one of the countries with the highest data prices. What impact does 5G have on data prices?
It's a little bit of a misconception, even through reports, through the regulator and so on, that we are in the highest tier of most expensive countries, because effectively we sit in the middle tier, and that's before we further reduced our data prices effectively 1 April, which was by roughly another 40%. So it is certainly our ambition and intention to continue to bring data prices down. By no means am I saying that we are satisfied as to where we are. And then, as I say, with these kind of partnerships, when you've got a really strong device strategy with affordable products that are real good quality products, making it a lot more affordable to consumers. We then overlay the data pricing on top and a whole bunch of propositions in terms of payment plans, whether it's prepaid, postpaid, long-term contracts, 36 months, 12 months, 24, lay-bys. So there's a whole bunch of initiatives to really bring down the affordability or increase the affordability to the broader market.
Thank you, gentlemen, for this conversation, but we will continue it shortly. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Palesa. It's been a pleasure being on the show.
Thank you so much. It's been really awesome being on the show. Absolute pleasure.
Well, there you have it, folks. All the clarity we need around all things 5G. Stay tuned because coming up, we'll be chatting more 5G and the importance of good, fast and stable connectivity in the home.